What a statement from Chelsea today. Already qualified, going to Spain to take on Sevilla. They won by 4 goals to 0, guaranteeing themselves top spot then in Group E. And it was all about, Craig Burley, Olivier Giroud. Yep. 4 goals for the Frenchman.
Well, we know recently he's liked to play a big man through the middle with the wider guys playing off him, and that's been Tammy Abraham. And he's just thrown... Not that his heart wasn't in the ring, because I think Lampard knows he's a very reliable player, but that was a quality performance. And so they've got Leeds at the weekend. That's going to be interesting. But almost impressive, and if not more impressive, was I think something like 7 changes. The whole back four was changed. There was no Kante, there was no Werner, there was no Ziyech from the start. Obviously, Abraham didn't start. And they kept another clean sheet, you know, away from home in a game that they wanted to win because they wanted to finish top of the group. But we were watching it, Dan, and saying, when all the players are fit, and we think they are now, we think he's got no serious injuries to the elite squad. What a heck of a squad that is. Yeah. It's a hell of a squad. It's arguably as good a squad in the Premier League as any of the other clubs, and I include Liverpool and Manchester City, because it's quality players that are coming in. You know, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Jorginho, Rudiger, Azpilicueta. You know, all these guys are hugely experienced players. So, listen, he's got big choices to make, Frank Lampard.
And for Olivier Giroud, your boy, Frank, 4 shots, 4 goals.
Absolutely fantastic. First, I want to say that I agree with Craig. You know, Chelsea is showing to the world that it's a huge squad with talented players, and we know that. For example, Liverpool has 15 players injured, where Chelsea has no players injured, and it could count, you know, in that very important timing that the team are going to go through during the Boxing Day. But coming back to Olivier Giroud, I mean, that guy showed with the national team lately, and now with Chelsea scoring a goal in Champions League last week, a very important goal against Rennes. I mean, you can count on players like that. You need players like that. I understand why Frank Lampard said, I hope he's going to stay, because he will need him. I'm in a social network with some Chelsea fans that I share some thoughts, you know, after games. And they were talking to each other. They were talking to each other saying that, in fact, they didn't understand why Abraham stayed on the field and why Giroud didn't come on, you know, earlier against Tottenham. Now I think it's going to be a real question mark for Frank, who's going to be playing, you know, the real striker next game, as Craig said, because Giroud is saying right now that he's a right man. And Tammy Abraham, if he started well, maybe lately has not been as good as he normally is. So it's a big question for Frankie.
That's a big question about this special group that you're in, but we don't have time to talk about that, Frank.
Can you let me know what the special group is? Because I really love getting in these special groups on social media.
Quickly, Craig, Tammy Abraham or Giroud, who starts?
Abraham's done well, but that the experience and quality, and not just that, the finishes that he produced tonight. I say Giroud at the weekend, and I think he's nailed it tonight.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.